We're joined by Marty and Pete. They're the two guys who had the idea of OAKC.
The idea of OAKC came after a round of golf where Peter once again played very well and I struggled. And we were sitting in a golf cart, Peter telling me how he wasn't quite sure how much longer he could have me as a partner. And then we got off topic a little bit, and Peter said to me, wouldn't it be a great idea if we did something for the disadvantaged kids in town, the black and brown kids in our town? And I said, Pete, that'd be an awesome idea. What are your thoughts?
It was just an observation that I made because there's already so many golf tournaments, and everyone, we sort of know that many of the golf clubs around the area are predominantly white. And I think that particular day, I may have been the only person of color that was at this particular tournament. And I kind of made an observation and talked to Marty and Don, and they came back and said, this would be a great idea. And so we just started. It was just going to be small. It was one of those situations where I thought, maybe we have 2 or 3 kids. Maybe we spend, between Marty and I, we spend $500. Let's see if we can get something started. And then we kind of brought it to the club and to the pro. Jordan was all in. He's like, let's do this. Let's see what we can do. Marty has his contacts because he was a former president of Manchester Country Club. So he brought it sort of to their attention, and they were like, let's just go at it. And we were like, okay, great. Let's just start this program. Let's see what we can do. Maybe it's 4 or 5 kids. And then someone came up with the idea of Bob Kilpatrick with, why don't you go to the town of Manchester with the recreation department. I would probably say in the beginning I was somewhat skeptical of the town. I kind of wanted it to be sort of like Manchester Country Club. We would sort of do this. But once we had those conversations, all of a sudden now it's this OAKC. It's opportunity and access for kids of color.
And tell them what OAKC is.
Yeah, opportunity and access for kids of color. We were going back and forth with all the acronyms and everything else, and we kind of went, let's just do that since we have a lot of oak trees out there. Maybe that might be, that could be something, that we talked about.
Peter and I were again talking 2 or 3 people. The rec department had a lot grander ideas. We're gonna do it for 10 kids, plus one of the parents. We're gonna do golf bags, we're gonna do dinners, we're gonna do banquets, and Peter and I were going, holy cow, this thing has gone from a Volkswagen to a Cadillac. And I gotta say, the rec department was very enthusiastic, and the rec department really helped us a lot. Peter and I agreed. When we heard the parents, we were like, yeah, we don't think so. This is just for the kids. But Chris and Calvin were adamant about the parents, and so Peter and I went along. And I would say that was the best idea of all that we had, was to involve the parents. You guys were there.
Yep.
The parents were just as excited about this as the kids.
I give those parents a lot of credit.
Yeah.
Because many of us, once we get grown, we really don't want to do something that we're really not good at, or if you've never done anything before, and to try it. Especially if you're doing it with your kid. No one wants to be, I don't want to be that failure with my 9-year-old. All of a sudden he sees me hit the ball over here, and he's like, Jesus, Dad, what? I thought you were an athlete. But those 9 parents came out, and they were really involved in that. And I could see it in their eyes that they were there for their kids. And that was great. That was great to see, because that's the game that it is. I wish I had an opportunity to play more golf with my father when I was growing up. But watching those parents with their kids, I'm sitting here now with my 2 grandsons and my younger granddaughter. And so, when we have an opportunity to hit balls, we go out there and we go hit balls.
When you saw those kids sitting down at dinner with their parents, and then the parents interacting with each other, and all the golf professionals, and Peter and I, everybody sat together. That was one of the things we did. We said, we're not having separate tables. We're going to have one big table. You guys were there some of the times. All sat together. Everyone's talking. Everyone's interacting. And one of the things that we talked about was that why don't we have more interaction between black and white people in, let's just talk about Manchester, because nobody gets together. So if you get together, like Peter and I did at Rotary, you have a chance to interact. And once you interact, you find out you have a lot of things in common. And once you find out you have a lot of things in common, you become friends. So how cool is that?
There is a perception when the word country club is after something, regardless of wherever
It's true.
it is.
It's true.
If you hear Weathersfield Country Club, you kind of go, oh, wow, that might be a little hoity-toity.
Yep.
You have Ellington Ridge, and all of a sudden there's Manchester Country Club. And knowing that it was private at one particular point, there was a stigma, especially in the black and brown community, of even going there. Would we be accepted to go there? How would we feel about that? And I think that for those 9 parents and those 10 kids, that stigma is gone. And now it's for them to pass that on to other individuals, kind of say, you know what, the program there is great, but you can also just go to Manchester Country Club. If you just want to go there and go eat, if you just want to go there, to do that and not drive by and go, wow, I really don't want to, I may not want to go there, I may not want to pull in there because
No comfort level.
it's not comfortable.
But now, at least those people have a comfort level.
Yeah.
So every year we do this,
Yeah.
more and more people have a comfort level.
Because I to be honest, because I've lived in Manchester now 25 years, and I've been a member now at Manchester for 5 years. But there was nothing previous to those 20 years. I'm 10 minutes away. That kind of said, that's where I wanted to go.
So you joined because of Marty?
I joined because of my comfort level with Marty and Don, and so they kind of got me to a point where I was like, no, you know what? This might not be a bad idea. I feel accepted here. This is where we're going with this.
Yeah.
That 10, 12 years from now, these kids are now going to be 20, 21, 22, 23, your age. All of a sudden they go, yes, this is where I learned how to play at Manchester Country Club. They go, wow, you guys learned how to play that? Yes, this is where I learned how to play. And that now all of a sudden they become members. And then they bring their friends.
Yeah.
Which then means that they become members, and that slowly gets to a point where you start to integrate, and I think that's what we need.
That is what we need.
And even earlier, if they have a junior membership that's running till they're well into their teens, you get to that age where you're starting to bring some friends out to do things with you and make them more comfortable. So it constantly keeps giving back to getting more people involved and getting more people comfortable going there.
And that's how you learn how to play golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You learn how to play golf either from your parents or from your friends, or you're part of a country club, or your father's a member, or your uncle's a member, or whatever it is, and it would be great. Like you say, those kids become members. Now their friends may become members. So yeah, this is, like I said, we're hoping, fingers crossed, next few years they can do this, and then sort of Marty and Peter will just
Fade away
and go to the side, and then let this just kind of go without us being the quote unquote
Old
founders,
guys.
old guys. With he and I sitting on the bench over there,
Right.
Just watching them. They say, you see these 2 old guys over here. Yeah, they've been there 15 years now, and they're just sitting there. They said, these are guys who started this thing. And,
They're stuck to that bench now.
yeah. We can't move. This is it. This is it.
I'll probably nod off with a quick nap.